What are you talking about? There was absolutely no reason for his account to be closed.
Man, what are you telling them?
He's a legitimate business, licensed by the state as required, keeps an AML on file, submits it to the bank every single year, and you're telling me they still close his account for no reason?
Dude, stop typing, put the keyboard
You know what
down.
it is? They don't want silver stackers to bank. They don't want silver stackers to stack. They want money in the bank account, because if everyone stopped putting money in the bank, banks would not be able to survive. They need our money to continue to make money, and that's the fact. Without our money, they close. They go bankrupt.
What are you doing? Stop.
And that's why they hate businesses like coin shops, because they are encouraging people to bank themselves, bank for themselves, and keep their money out of the bank.
Dude, you need to stop saying that.
What? What? I'm just telling
No, you need to stop. I said you need
No,
to
I'm
stop
just telling
saying that right now.
No, I'm just telling the truth.
No, you're going to stop telling them the truth, and you're going to tell them this. You tell them that you keep all of your money in the bank. You tell them only a fool would take all of their money out of their bank account, because that's where it's safe and that's where it needs to stay. And you know that needs to happen because we need to make money. You make sure everybody keeps their money in the bank. Now you start typing right now.
I'm not going to tell my viewers that. And honestly, if I did, they wouldn't even believe it anyway.
Boy, I said you start typing right now. You better get that keyboard and you better start typing.
Okay, all right. Banks are perfect, and they certainly would never do anything wrong.
And?
They don't need our money. They closed his account because clearly he was doing something wrong.
Now tell them where you keep your money.
Of course I keep all of my money in the bank account. What fool would not put his money where it's safe and sound in a bank account?
Now you better tell them banks are friends.
Yes, that's exactly right. I do believe that banks are the answer, and big banks are our friends and are looking out for our best interests. Hey everybody, it's Silver Seeker, and that skit that you just saw right there was way out of my norm, way out of my comfort zone, like way out. And additionally, I'm not a good actor, like I'm not pretending to be. I'm sure many of you are thinking the word cringe right now when you watch that, and that's fine. I just wanted to do something fun and a little bit different to kind of add a little bit of humor to, let's be honest, what is a very real and serious situation with the coin shop owners getting their bank accounts closed and banks not wanting, I believe, wanting people to stack silver and gold. So I'm going to talk with you about that just a little bit in today's video, so stick with us. But before we do me a favor, don't forget to like and subscribe, help me continue to grow. And additionally, check out this giveaway from our awesome sponsor, SD Bullion. SD Bullion is at it again. Last year, they gave away a full monster box of 2022 Silver Eagles. Now this year, they're doing it with a full monster box of 2023s. If you want your chance to win a full sealed monster box of 2023 Silver Eagles, make sure you head over to sdbullion.com/silverseeker or click the link in the description below. Thank you to SD Bullion for sponsoring today's video.
As a coin dealer myself, it's been a constant battle with the banks. AML program $6.99, AML yearly training fee $5.99, monthly service charge, yearly reviews, and to top it off, they charge a percentage on every dollar when cash deposits go over $15,000 to $20,000 per month. Everything seems to be okay right now, but nothing would surprise me in today's America. Thanks for the video, and God bless.
So Big Daddy's comment right here, this is from Big Daddy Hoffman 1911. He is telling us that as a coin dealer, he has to deal with all of this just to be able to use the banking system as a coin dealer. And what's crazy is the person that we talked about last Monday who had his accounts closed, and if you haven't seen that video yet, I'll put a link down in the description, did the same thing, had to do the same thing. And even though he was doing everything right, including the AML training and all that, and keeping it on file and the audits and everything else, the bank account still was not willing to deal with him. They closed his account, his family's accounts. They're just like, we don't want to have anything to do with you. And, right here, Big Daddy says that he wouldn't be surprised if it happened to him in today's America. I totally get your fear there, Big Daddy. I hope that it doesn't. But we have a lot of comments from other viewers as well. Let's go ahead and keep going. I want to share a few more with you and discuss some of these really great points that a lot of commenters have made. First, this one comes from Jay Jenkins 6021. He says the government is worried about bank runs. They know the dollar is going to collapse. When that happens, the price of gold and silver will skyrocket. The general public and small stackers will try and cash out. This will cause bank runs, and that's what they are worried about. This action is preemptive. Everything is going sideways soon. Get ready. This is one more sign. So Jay, if gold and silver skyrocket because of a dollar collapse, I'm not 100% sure that stackers would be wanting to cash out. I do recognize that you said small stackers, but if you're stacking silver and gold, even small stackers, you're doing so because you don't fully believe in the dollar and the U.S.'s current financial situation. And so if you see the dollar start to collapse, that is just a perfect sign of, I don't want dollars. So I'm not 100% sure that small stackers are going to try and cash out, but I do absolutely see where if we have a bank run that a lot of people are going to be running to the banks, and they don't want stackers to keep their money out of the fiat system at all. They don't want us to buy gold and silver. They don't want small stackers to exist, which is why they don't want to work. They basically, in my opinion, see gold and silver stackers and not just gold and silver stackers, but coin shops, gold and silver bullion shops as competition, if you think about it. And that's really scary to think about. But let's keep on going. Next up, this one comes from King Silver 638. He says, no conspiracy theory. When I go to the bank that I have run my business since 1999 and go to withdraw $6,000, they want to know what I need the money for. I tell them it's none of their business. And the women went so far as to say, well, yes, it is. And I said, well, I'll tell you that, I tell you what, why don't we close my account right now? And she went and got the manager because there was such a large amount in there and they didn't want to do that. But that's just what's going on. It's not a conspiracy theory. That's a fact that's happened more than once to me. Number one, it's none of anybody's business what I do with my money. I've already paid taxes on it. It is my money. If people, especially some of these YouTube silver people and silver bullion dealers that say, well, CBDCs, there's nothing to worry about. BS. When the government gets you on that digital currency, they have total control of your money. They almost have total control now. Don't keep all of your money in the bank. I don't. I took a whole lot out, just enough to pay bills. So I kind of already said, but what he is saying here is a very good point. And this, the main part that I want to discuss here is when he withdraws a lot of cash, like $6,000, they want to know why and what it's for. And it's none of their business. It really is none of their business. Like he said, it's my money. I already paid taxes on the money. She had to go get this manager because he refused to tell her why. And I totally agree that there's no reason they need to know why you're pulling that money out of the bank. That is your money. It is not their money. But the banks look at your deposits as their money. I've said many times that they take your money and then they loan it to other people. So if you take that money back out, now they have a loan and no money behind said loan. Not that they really have money behind said loan anyway, because we've already discussed in the last video how the bank can loan out your money and then they get it back and then they loan it out again and get it back and loan it out again. 4 different deposits, same money, 4 different loans. Absolutely crazy. This one comes from RCA 1070. He says, I'll add my 2 cents as an experienced financial industry person. With the Fed electronic clearing monitoring, I'll call it what it is, that is used on Wall Street, i.e. FedWire, for sending and receiving funds, a new similar system is being pushed for individuals, i.e. cashless transactions. Retail banks are probably being pushed to go all electronic and not deal with cash. We need to push back on any cashless only establishments as they attempt to go that way. It's the government's way of monitoring all transactions, both big banks, small banks, and individuals. Cash should always be king. Those people that like to pay for their Starbucks with their phone app should stop immediately. I get the convenience, but we are going down a dark rabbit hole as this country continues into its death spiral. RCA couldn't agree with you more. They absolutely want to know, and we just talked about this with the guy withdrawing $6,000 from his account and them asking him why or what it's for. They absolutely want control over your money. They want to know what you're doing with it. They want to know what you're spending it on. And it's, I mean, think about it. Just a couple of years ago when they were pushing the, Fed reporting for just $600 in transactions through apps like Cash App and whatever it may be. Just $600. They want to make sure that they put, I said this in another video, guys. They want to make sure they're putting their hand into the cookie jar of every person in America, even the granny that's sitting in her rocker, sewing up, blankets and quilts to make a little bit of extra spending cash for herself in her retirement years. They want their cut. $600. They want everything reported. God, it's disgusting. And I don't know what to say. I mean, it's absolutely disgusting to think about. And this is just the beginning. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I really generally like to keep my hand on the trigger of reality. But the reality is that this actually is happening. I mean, bank accounts are being closed on bullion shops. I've said already that it's already been 2 that are just YouTubers. Imagine how many, I mean, what, 5% of Bullion shops have anything to do with YouTube? Maybe. So think about that for a second. And we've had 2 in that small amount, that small percentage. How many out there have already had them closed that aren't part of this at all, or that don't want to tell the world about it? We had 2 shops that had it happen to them, they told the world. How many don't? Because I guarantee you, very few people would actually want to make their story public, and I'm glad that those 2 did. So, I don't know, guys. I would love to know what your thoughts are, so let me know down below. Do me a favor, don't forget to like and subscribe to this video. If you'd like to leave a comment down below, who knows? Maybe I'll use your comment in a future video. But I do absolutely appreciate you watching. If you want to see that original video, if you haven't seen that video yet, you should watch it right now. It's right here, guys. Go check it out. Find out what happened to him. Otherwise, we will see you in the next video, and you guys have a great rest of your day.